Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. Disclaimer, it is New Year's Eve, so if you hear fireworks, I apologize in advance. But I posted that video last week where I was talking about the story time I'm gonna give you guys. I actually did film it, but I feel like it would be a lot better if I did get you check it ready with me. So welcome to my channel and welcome to the new year. My name is Maya. So glad you're here. And if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe for more, and let's get into it. Another disclaimer, I took a little gummy and I typically talk fast, so sometimes when I'm high I tend to talk a little bit faster. I don't know like why that is, but I'm sorry if that bothers you, but that's just me. All right, let's get into this makeup look. Now there are two things that I will start my makeup with, and that is the House Labs lip oil and the e.l.f. putty primer, power grip primer at that. I confused it. Now there are two things that I will start my makeup with. Always, always, always. This one is optional. It's the House Labs lip oil. If you know House Labs, Lady Gaga's makeup line. And then the Power Grip Primer. I already primed and obviously put the oil on my lips. But I feel like just twin and like also sunscreen. But I already kind of have on sunscreen. I'm taking all of this off right after I am done filming. I may keep it on, but I'm definitely taking a shower. But that's a little tidbit. Let's get into the fucking video. So this is 2018. I just realized that I'm not going to marry the person I thought I was gonna marry, and then I was already going through a bunch of other shit. So I ended up moving in with one of my best friends, and I was in like really south of LA, like south. Like, I'm nowhere, like, it took me an hour to get to where I used to live, but I digress. I'm like, I'm in my rebound era. Let me go see who's in town, you know, let's just date, you know, even though I was in no position to date. Like, girl, you got other shit to worry about. Why are you concerned about that? But I digress. So this person ended up having the same name as, like, the guy that I was in love with, or, like, just falling out of love with. And I was like, great, that's cool. I don't know what nickname to give him. Some chaos going on in here. We're gonna call this dude Steven. That's nowhere close to his real name. So I'm glad I thought about that right in the spot. So Steven and I met, we're talking. He let me know early on that he is a rapper, and I'm just like, the fuck that gotta do with me, fam? And we were just talking. I don't want to say what his job was, but he, you know, he was a traveling artist, traveling rapper at that. So, like I said, he lived on a bus. And he also had like someone that worked with him, if you know what I mean. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So we decided to meet up on like just like probably like a week or two after we started talking. And basically I meet him like down the street from where I was living, just because I was like, I'm living with other people, I don't want to put them in danger, but also like, hello, like, hi, me, hello, like, what are you doing? I obviously did not give a fuck at that point. But like I said, I met him down the street from where I used to live, and he basically like walked me around his bus. I was like, okay, like, cool, like, do what you gotta do. I'm not hating on anybody's hustle. But then his, like, I'm gonna call him a coworker. His coworker slash like roommate, because they had like beds and stuff in that bus, obviously. He was like, oh, I have my headphones in here, like, just in case. And I was like, what the fuck? Let me look at my concealer. I was like, what the fuck do you mean you have your headphones? Headphones for what? Like, we're just going to a movie. And then Steven like comes out with the backpack and basically thinking that he's gonna stay the night at my house. And I was like, who told you that? Who told you that? Like, buddy, we're seeing a movie, not making one, okay? You got the wrong fucking one. So basically we're walking and talking, and I can't remember if this guy lied about his height, but he was like 5'3". And I'm not really one to judge people on their heights, because number one, you can't really control it. Like, your attitude, yes. Your height, no. Like, there are factors, but like I can't really talk shit. I'm 5'1". I'm a shorty McGordy, okay? So I can't really talk shit. I mean, I do tend to date / like guys who are like 5'8" and above, but 5'3" is okay to me unless you're Tory Lanez. Get the fuck away from me, little short midget, angry leprechaun head ass. Anyways, so we're walking and talking, and it was like right after I had seen Ty Dolla $ign in concert, and this guy knew that because he was on my Instagram, and he was like, oh, so this was like May, because it was like a week or two after I seen Ty. So he's like, oh, like you saw Ty Dolla $ign, like are you a big fan of his? And I was like, yeah, you know, if you knew me from like 2016 to like 2020-ish, you knew that at one point I was the biggest Ty Dolla $ign fan ever. Like, it's because I had a crush on him. It's because I had daddy issues. But that's okay. So he was like, oh yeah, I'm the next Ty Dolla $ign. And then he compared himself to the Migos too, because the Migos had released their album like a few months prior. He was like comparing himself to them, and I was just like, wow. You know, be delusional, obviously. That's like the best thing you could do. Manifest that you are on the same level as Ty Dolla $ign and the Migos. But like, it was in a way where he was like saying that like he was at their level or better than them. And I was just like, okay, let's hope this movie, as long as you could just shut the fuck up. So for some context, I was wearing a long Demi Lovato hoodie because I just went to see her show as well. I was obsessed with that hoodie too. I wore that bitch everywhere. Obviously, the concealer is not my skin shade, but that's okay. I'm also gonna do my eyes first. Shocker. I've never do my eyes first. But I'm gonna do my eyes first because I want to make this look cute. You know what I mean? Starting off with a transition shade. I always typically use Tempted Hue or Sweetest Tea. I'll try to circle where it is. Or I could just show you. Dum-dum. I typically use this or this as a transition shade. I'm gonna use the first one. So we get into the theater, and I had never been to the theater, but granted, I had never really been to this city before I stayed there for a little bit. So anytime I went out, I was like, let me see what's on the street, da 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 da. And it was a cute little area, cute little mall, plaza, whatever. Well, I don't know what the difference is. And we decided to go see A Quiet Place. Now, at first, I wasn't really a big, I'm not saying this to be mean, but when I saw the trailer for A Quiet Place, it gave me like, there's this movie I saw when I was like 6 called The Village, and it gave me those vibes. So I was a little like hesitant to see it, but he was paying, and I was like, you want to go see it? Let's go see it. Tab's on you, so it's fine. So then we do that, and obviously A Quiet Place is a horror thriller type movie, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I keep like ducking down because my shit is like here. It should be right here, but this area is messy and has shit on it already, so I gotta keep it down below. You know what I mean? I also feel a little bit taller that I have to bend down. But anyways, yeah, I'm hot as fuck if you can't tell. Anyways, so A Quiet Place obviously is a horror thriller movie. You know what they do when they're playing a horror thriller movie, but it's not like on yet? They play trailers. And what do those trailers include? Upcoming horror / thriller movies. You're wondering like, why are you saying this? It's because I'm a horror whore. I love horror movies. I've been watching them since I was 5. Love them. That's like my ideal first date, dude. Take me to a horror movie and you have my heart. We will get along great. So there's that. So obviously, while the trailers are playing, he's looking at me because I'm looking at the screen. And in my head, I'm mentally like, all right, I'll see you in October. I'll see you this, I'll see you that. And he makes a comment that's like, wow, you like them more than me. And I'm just like, I've known them longer than you. Like, I've been watching them since I was 5. I've known you for maybe like 5 days. And I met you like an hour ago. Shut the fuck up. Ooh. This palette is all in Spanish, so I don't know how to say these words. I don't want to butcher them. But the blue is varadero. Varadero. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. But anyways, so we're watching the movie, and he's like filling up on me, like while I have the hoodie on. He's like, the seats were like, you know how like at City Walk they have like the seats where you can like go back? It was like those type of seats. And you're also pretty big, so we were just in one together. So there's that. And he kind of was just like, I don't know, he tried making himself at home, like filling up on me and shit. And I'm just like, what are you doing? I'm not feeling this. I'm not even feeling the fucking movie. Like, what are you doing? And outside, when the movie was over, why does it look like I'm crying? Get it together, ho. Outside the movie is a photo booth, right? So I'm calling my Uber and he's like, let's go inside the photo booth and take photos. Even though like everything was closed, like I'm pretty sure that was the last movie showing. I think it was like midnight or 1 o'clock because it was like pretty dark. No one was outside type beat. And he then proceeds to try to put his hands on my pants. And you know what I did? I did the same thing, but I actually grabbed it. I went down and I was like, you like when someone does this to you? Like, don't do that shit. My Uber came and I blocked him on the way home. And I have not seen or talked to him in 4 years. That was 4 years ago. So there's that. Kind of loving this blue, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. This is giving like manic vibes, like the album cover. I should have done this when I went to go see that bitch live, but I didn't. So it's okay. Next time, if she does a manic tour, this is the look. So next story, that happened 2018. This story takes place in 2016. Now, I guess I should really paint the story right here. This one's like darker, unless it's like more brown. So let me set the story. It's summer 2016. I had just got laid off from my job and I just broke up with my ex. So my mindset is literally just bitches. Get money. That's like my slogan at that point. I'm like, I don't even know, it's still my slogan now. Back then it was like, get money. You know what I mean? If you don't know what I'm saying, go on 2012 Tumblr and figure it out. Can't really say it on YouTube. But I was like, let me just have fun, live life, get that coin, get that money, look for a new job, yada, yada, yada. So I ended up going to a taping of Lip Sync Battle. You know what Lip Sync Battle is? I'd be so surprised. It's basically like a karaoke show for celebrities. That's really all it was. Like, celebrities would go on and dress as an artist and then they would sing their song or lip sync. So it's called Lip Sync Battle. And whoever lip synced the song the best won. Anyways, I went to a few tapings of the show and they were all really fun. I really enjoyed my time. I'm just putting on eyeliner, mascara. Maybelline Precise. All right. And they filmed typically 2 shows on the same day. So in between the 2 shows, there'd be a break for obviously like cast, crew, production, lunchtime basically. So after the first show, one of the producers is like, okay, I need to like bring up the energy for the crowd. We need the crowd to stay awake. Blase, blase, blase. So he decides to create a little bachelorette game. Ask the crowd who's single. And obviously I raised my hand because I'm single. I mean, I'm still single now. So like, should I go back? Just kidding. I'm like, I'm actually not kidding. I don't think Lip Sync Battle even exists anymore. But I digress. Oh, I kind of want to do bold liner, but the fact that I don't even really know how to do eyeliner like that great yet, I'm not gonna risk it. Anyways, I swear, having anxiety and then being high and then trying to do your eye makeup is a challenge. Okay, we're keeping it like that because I'm not going anywhere. So I get picked because I raised my hand and I was in the front too. So obviously the producer saw me like closer to him. So he's like, okay, come on up. You need to be blindfolded. We'll pick out 3 bachelors for you. And I was like, great, cool. What the fuck? So they pick out 3 guys. We all go on stage. I'm blindfolded, of course, by someone's random ass flannel. And the producer's asking them like all these questions like, oh, would you take her for a date? what kind of animal best describes you. Those like the only two I remember. There was probably like 3 or 5. Not that many, not too much, not too fucking much. And one guy's answer, we'll call him Tom. Coming up with these random white boy names, I don't know what it is. So Tom, I guess in my opinion, had the best answers because I ended up picking him. And then the crowd was screaming, kiss, 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 after the blindfold or flannel taken off of me. So we kissed. And I was like, okay, cool. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to Tom after the show. Because I didn't even see him. I don't remember where he was beforehand. But I didn't even see where he was originally sitting. So I was like, hopefully I'll find Tom after the show. We found each other. And the company or website that we went with paid us after the show tapings. So we got the cash together. And I was starving because like I said, they filmed 2 shows back to back. I had been there for probably like 10, 11 hours with probably nothing in my system but coffee, as always, when I'm not surprised. So I was just like, oh my God, like, let's go eat somewhere and just like get to know each other. And I was craving McDonald's. I don't mind getting McDonald's. McDonald's is amazing. But at that time it had just closed, and Tom made a comment that was like, I wouldn't take you to McDonald's on our first date anyways. And then I ended up having McDonald's as a first date a few months later. That's hysterical. I'm thinking about it. But we walk to Chipotle, order our food. He pays for me, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that because, like I said, we had just gotten paid. So he's like, no, like, it's the least I could do. And I was like, yeah, I guess. We sit down, talk, get to know each other. I learned that he's a recent, he recently just moved to LA. And I don't know what it is, but that seems to be my type. And I need to like not do that anymore because they're fucking annoying. I don't know where I forgot this bitch is like, not my shape. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. I don't know why that's my type. I think like the guys I've seriously dated are pretty much all from LA. Well, one grew up in LA, so that's fine. But like the last guy I was seriously dating, he was born in LA, but he grew up in another state. I don't want to say which one, but he grew up in another state and then moved back here. I don't remember how long he lived in Virginia dating, but I digress. We exchanged numbers, part ways, and we were talking for like a week. And then we decided to go on our first date. And we went on our first date, and this guy was really nice, and also like he paid for everything, which I feel like the topic of should we go 50-50 needs to stop. It needs to stop. I mean, granted, I know that some people, including me, are really independent and don't mind paying their way. But if you're going on a date, you are intending on taking that person out. So, shut up. But anyways, we got pizza beforehand. And then we went in to see the movie. I was using the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. I'm using the Rare Beauty concealer. Makeup details down below, as always. But anyways, we get pizza, start talking or whatever. And this guy really likes me. And I'm just like, wow, like, you really like me. I don't remember if I felt the same way. I probably did, knowing me. But I was like, oh, like, I like being around this guy. Blah, 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 blah. I can't remember if this was before or after the movie. Again, we saw a horror movie too. We saw, Don't Breathe? Yeah, Don't Breathe. We went upstairs, and upstairs overlooks a park that's close to the mall. And he made a comment that kind of caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. When he said this, I was just like, for some context, I was 18. This guy was already in his mid-20s. So like 23, 24, I don't remember. It doesn't really matter anymore. But he made a comment that was like, I can't wait to send our kids here. Baby, I'm a kid. Get it together. The difference on this hoe, this is a makeup I don't mind wasting, but my Fenty, she will be used when I'm like actually going out. This, however, I don't mind. I'm gonna bake and set anyways, so it's completely fine. But I was just like, that's so sweet. Like, you're thinking of the future. You're thinking that we're gonna someday get married and have kids. That's so sweet. And like, honestly, like, had we not just met and this be our first date, I really would think it was sweet. But also, like, I was so young, like 18. I wasn't thinking about having babies. I was thinking of what concert I was gonna go to next. Like, I can really afford concert tickets. Think I can afford diapers and all that extra shit that comes with having a kid, even though my baby fever? Out of this fucking world. But that's a whole different concept. So we go see Don't Breathe. He doesn't make any weird comments, you know, like the other guy. And this was before the other guy, but still. He's like, oh, you know, like, you really like that movie and da-da-da-da. Like, I'm not afraid of horror movies. I love them. I don't know what to say. And we ended up taking, like, a little trolley ride because the mall had trolleys. Why am I saying the mall? It's the Grove. Be fucking for real. The mall has a trolley. So we were on that. And he was taking pictures, like, we were on the rooftop and on the trolley. And I was just like, I prefer to, like, keep things private until, like, it's official, you know? Like, I don't know. I was just like, that's kind of odd. But he just moved to LA. He probably had never been to the Grove either, so little boy was feeling it. But after that, we kind of just mutually decide to stay friends. And yeah. That's where that ends. Not the best story. Not the most, like, exclusive, but I'm just starting with Maybelline. Not, like, hard-hitting, but that comment, and then I remember in text, he was like, I don't know. I just remember the text he sent. Looking back, I'm just like, why would you say this to someone you just met? Why would you say this to an 18-year-old? And mind you, he knew I was 18. I think I looked 18 too. Like, I think I looked my age. Like, I was turning 19 like a month later or some shit. So that helped a little bit. But for some reason, this is vanilla latte, caramel latte. Anyways, like I said, this is what I would wear if I was going out tonight. But with Tom, I was just like, okay, yeah, not gonna happen. On to the next one. And then I ended up seeing him with my ex friend. He was working at some store. And I was like, wow. And then I saw him like a year later at the VMAs. And I was just like, you are fucking everywhere, my guy. You are everywhere. He had made comments kind of insinuating that he was an undercover homophobic. I think that's kind of why I stopped talking to him. Because if you don't know, like, a lot of my best friends are gay. And even if they weren't, I don't fly with that homophobic racist shit. I don't fly with anything that Donald Trump has endorsed during the 4 years of his presidency. Or the years that he was running. So I was just like, no. And then he was also really religious. I don't know what it is with me religious boys, because he's not the first religious person I've liked, etc. I'm like, if I go into a church, I will burn in flames. Why am I attracting these guys that live there every Sunday and every holiday? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Opposites attract, but not with this girl. This is terrifying. But this is what I would wear if I was going out right now. Maybe not this foundation though, but so my high is kicking in. So that is officially the end of those two stories. Like I said, I blocked Steven. So I don't know where he is. I haven't seen or spoken to Tom in like 5.5 years. But whatever they're doing, wherever they are, hope they're alive, well, and thriving. I obviously have more weird-ish dates. I actually posted a video like a long time ago, but I ended up privating it just because I'll probably refilm it sometime in the future. But dating is a nightmare. I'm gonna just say that. Talking to someone is a nightmare at that. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just being in a big city, dating here, you have people coming in and out. Just a disaster. But I hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Comment your weirdest or fucked up whatever the fuck date. Especially if you are a hetero woman. I know that you probably have dozens of them spread out here. But yes, stay safe, stay strong, YOLO, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.